What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, October 23rd. We ended up taking 3 trades today, and all 3 of them hit very nice, and I will get into each one of them. So starting off on the 4-hour time frame, and just want to note, those trades, they don't have all the executions on this account. I'm going to go through all of the different accounts that I took them on so you can see the executions on there. So starting out on the 4-hour, okay? We noted that we did take out that liquidity level right there. That was our draw on liquidity from yesterday that we did take out, and we dropped back into the range off of that. So that made me a little suspicious that this may end up being a sweep of some sort. If you notice, I did put this little trend line here where we did have this low to that low, and I noted yesterday we were creating higher lows overall. Okay, now that is very interesting to note because that is what I would consider low resistance liquidity, and I mentioned yesterday how at any point we could come and take that out. Now, could that have been yesterday? Maybe, but the market didn't show that it wanted to do that. So with the fact that, you know, we did sweep this level here, it made it more probable that we were going to end up coming down. So at the market open, the one thing that I noted was the fact that we did have this 4-hour fair value gap right here. If you see here, I wrote 10 a.m. close below, we see previous day low. Now, did I expect to continue going down as low as we did? No. But they were targets that I could have held a runner on, and I didn't. I wasn't feeling very well this morning, so I wanted to close the charts, and I just locked in my gains sometimes, and I'll go over that too. But I wanted to wait for 10 o'clock just to see what we were going to do with this 4-hour fair value gap, if we were going to end up holding it or we were going to reject it and just displace through it, which obviously we did. So this candle right here was the 6 to 10 o'clock candle. At the 10 o'clock open, I was already looking for shorts. So now on the 1-hour time frame, just looking for anything that we could see that was of importance here. We couldn't find anything on the 1 hour, so that's why I have nothing marked out. On the 15-minute time frame, if you see here, we were in this 15-minute fair value gap towards the open, I believe. We had already displaced through it, actually, sorry. I had marked out this 15-minute fair value gap and this 15-minute fair value gap right here. I wanted to see price close below that by 9:45 to really give me that certainty that we were definitely going to continue going down lower. And I did not want to see price close above that 15-minute fair value gap. So starting on the 1 minute here, we could see at the open, we did get a run on up into that 15-minute fair value gap. And price just continued to chop around just a little bit here. So after that rejection off of that 15-minute fair value gap right there, I liked the idea of going short. It was after 9:45, right around here where we're getting close to 9:45. I wanted to see, okay, we did manipulate above these highs. Okay, we swept them and then moved into a 15-minute fair value gap, which we rejected off of very well. So my thinking was, if we end up finding any kind of bullish fair value gap that gets inversed, I'm going to enter in short and I'm going to target previous day low. So that was my entry right here once this candle closed below this 1 minute fair value gap right there. Now my stop, I wanted it to be up here. Why not here? Well, because this was the one that really swept that high. This was considered a protected high. And if I wanted to continue to be bearish, I did not want to see this high get touched once again. So as you can see, my entry was right there. I put my stop above that high, and I took the majority of my position off here at the previous day low, and then I left runners to try to hit the rest of the targets that I had, and as you can see, that ended up getting stopped out. Now the next trade was kind of the same thinking. I was just waiting to see what my runners were going to do, so after they did get stopped out, I was just eyeing the market. That's when I zoomed out to the 15-minute time frame here just to see, okay, we are pulling back up. I wanted to see, are we still holding? Is it a significant pullback to say, hey, we're going to move higher? So when I saw that we were just moving back on up here and then coming back up into this area and rejecting once again in this area, I mean, look at this structure. We had a low, a high. We just put in a lower low. And now this retracement here, I didn't think we would be bullish until we would get a close above that level. So it was just going to be another lower high, and that's why I ended up taking that next trade. As you can see, I was a little late to it with my entry. The ideal entry would have been in there, but I market ordered in, seeing when this 1 minute fair value gap got rejected. It was also the start of the next cycle. It was the Q4 cycle, so I figured it was going to end up being a very strong move for the New York AM session. I put my stop above that high right there because why? Well, this high swept all of these equal highs right there. This is now considered a protected high. So when we got that close below this fair value gap that should have held price up if we were going to continue moving higher, which it didn't, I market ordered in. I was a little late to it. Again, was not feeling too well. I saw that the market started to push on down, and I just couldn't. I was so tired, and I wanted to go take a nap that I decided, yeah, I'm just gonna get off of this. I'm gonna go drink some water. So I decided to take my gains here, which were less than a 1-to-1, not ideal, but my target was the low of day, and then I had other targets for runners, which would have been this level here at 321, 276.75, 205.25 was really the lowest that I was expecting price to go, and those levels were just the low resistance liquidity that we had marked out in the beginning. So all those targets got hit. So when I went to go get some water and I came right back, I took another trade right here. So this one was the same exact thinking as all the other trades that I keep entering in on. Retracement here, I am still bearish on the higher time frame. We get a 1 minute bullish fair value gap that then gets inverted. I market ordered in, put my stop above the high, and this time I just walked away from it and left it at that, saying, hey, it's either gonna hit low of day or it's not. And as you can see, that quickly got smashed. That was a nice 1 to 2.86. This one was a 1-to-1, but I was targeting a 2.5. And then this one was a nice 3-to-1. So overall, 3 really good trades. Today was one of those days that if I was feeling better, I would have been able to hold a runner. And that would have been, wow, like this trade specifically, I probably would have held to about 800 ticks, which is not bad at all. To think 800 ticks on one contract, that's $400 per contract, somewhere around there. So yeah, there is no reason to go long. I know a lot of people were looking for longs all day long. No, there was no reason to. Why? After 10 o'clock, we get that close below that 4-hour fair value gap. That just showed that we were bearish. We had that sweep. We got that 10 o'clock close below that level. We started this candle here. It was just so obvious at that point that we were going to target. If we were coming down to this level, why would we not come to this one? And then this one, and then this one, and then this one. They were all there as low resistance liquidity. Now price moved on down. We finally closed under this 4-hour fair value gap as well. So that is very interesting to note. We did bounce off of this one, so that's okay, honestly. So from here, I would like to see a move back on up. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Daily's not looking too hot with the fact that we did create a lower high here. But we still have some room. We're in this daily order block as well, so I don't really look at order blocks, but it's something to note. We could be putting in that low, that high, and then here's the higher low, and then we can be moving on to a higher high. So we'll see what price will do from here. Like I said, this 4-hour fair value gap held us up very nice. I do think we may have some room to go higher, but this low resistance liquidity was just too nice to leave behind. Like I said, that 4-hour close right there just showed everything to you. And if you wanted to wait for that 15-minute candle close too, just to further solidify your bearish bias, well, you got that at 10:15. 10:15, we started getting a small retracement back up. You wait for a bearish setup to form, and that was this trade right there. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys ended up green. It was a pretty good day today. Beautiful day for shorts. And I will catch you guys all tomorrow. Peace.